Picture this, it's only the beginning of the battle and you do one wrong move, but the worst wrong move that just got you from full hit points to maybe 1 or 2 shot close to death. Now you're thinking to yourself, okay, it's done, I don't know what to do. If it's the case, then look at this video. Bonjour everyone, Pentuf here today for a new video in which you have the pleasure of seeing me totally get destroyed because of a mistake of greediness with my AMX 5100, but most importantly, I'm gonna show you how to cope with not having hit points, because obviously many of you probably think that when they get wrecked at the beginning of the game, it's over, you can't do anything, etc, etc, and I'm gonna tell you that the game is only stopped and over when you die. Before you die, you still have the possibility of doing damages and therefore doing a great game. So let's try to analyze what we're supposed to do, but in the first time, let's appreciate my mistake. It's going to be at the beginning. You see that the lover is alone, so I'm thinking, okay, the guy went alone on this side, I'm gonna destroy his ass, and hello T28 prototype, welcome to the field. And well, second freaking mistake. I was too greedy. I was just a little bit pissed at that T28 prototype, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna try to sneak one shell on that guy, and I ended up taking way too many shots. And don't worry, it's not gonna stop that, because we are still gonna take another one from the T28 prototype, because before it was greediness and now it's anger. I was just angry at the T28 prototype and I wanted to be able to unleash my clip on him, unleash the wrath. And yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's literally going to be the opposite. I'm sneaking one shell in, trying to get another one. Unfortunately, there is this heavy blocking me. I'm trying, I bounced, and yeah, I took in another one. So now we are sitting with 290 hit points. We are in the first minute and a half of the game. We are definitely not at the end of the game either, because we still have 5 opponents to kill. So how do we cope? First thing first, let's analyze what we have and what we don't. In this kind of scenarios, what is really important for you is to know what are your tank strength. Personally here, as I'm playing the AMX 5100, there are 2 things. The mobility, that will allow me to circle around the map if needed, plus the auto-loading mechanism that allows me to have a great burst. If we combine both of these informations, I think it's pretty clear from the start actually, you need to circle. You need not to be at the front of the fight. You don't want to take any shots. You do not have the armor for it. So what we're going to try here is to maximize the strength of our tank, at least the strength point. So how do we do that? You see that my teammates are actually occupied quite a lot with the opponents that are all located on this side of the map. And there is another thing that I forgot to tell you that is quite important in this kind of scenarios where you need to be extremely careful where you go. Always know where your opponents are. And to do this, you need to check the map a lot. For example, here we know that we have 4 tanks in the enemy team. And if you take a look at the map, 4 of them are spotted. They are all on the right side, which means that if I stay on the left side, I should be safe. And knowing those informations will allow you to sustain a little bit more on the battlefield. So now I'm just waiting for my reload. I know that there is the Ice 3 defender, and I just saw him shot the AMX defender. What does it tell me? That the guy is reloading. This is another thing you need to really take a look at when you are a one-shot. When people are shooting. It can be either you see them shot, you see your allies take shots, or it can even be something a little bit smarter, like the gun sounds and things. And well, being able to understand that and to analyze the battlefield will allow you therefore to burst your shells without getting destroyed. For example, here with this IMX defender, that at the beginning of our attack was at 1.3 thousand hit points, that just ended up with only 100. Now, last part, and probably the most important. If you are definitely one shot, you don't want to do that, but if you are not, make every single shot count. What am I seeing right now? We have the FCM 50 ton that only has 200 hit points, so it's a one shot. We also have the AMX Defender that is a one shot. So both of those tanks are not able to take any shots, but me personally, for the Defender, I can take a shot. But I need to make it count. And this is exactly what I did. Why did I take the risk of sneaking that shell in the Defender? Simply over the fact that I could at least take one without dying, And the second thing is, now the defender is a one-clip shot, because before that, if I was not lucky on my rolls with the shells, I could not kill the defender. But now it's not a problem anymore. I made it, and all we have to do is to adapt. So how are we going to do this? Currently, the main problem is that we are 2 versus 1. And even if we are low life and that the defender can destroy us with only one clip, he will probably not try that at all, because it's conventional. If you are 2 versus 1, it's the 2 guys that need to push. So there we go, trying my best to sneak a shell, and to be honest with you, this is my only luck into this whole game. I do not know how this shell landed, but it did, and of course it's gonna help us quite a lot within the future of that game. So I'm thinking and telling the AMX defender, what the hell, why did you do that? I mean, everything went well. If you just tried to camp or stay away from me, it would have been perfect, but no, you had to definitely push that defender. Not a problem, we are gonna wait for him to play aggressively. He probably thought that I was reloading, which gave me a crazy advantage, allowing me to kill the boy. So in definitive, I did 3.6 thousand damage within the game, and well, after getting totally destroyed. So you see that even if you are not having all your hit points, you can still do quite a lot, and this game resulted in a first class. And it's all about following the steps I just mentioned. Number 1, you get wrecked, obviously, because to do this, you need to get wrecked. Number 2, you try to figure out what are the main strengths of your tank. And number 3, you try to cope by making sure that you are not the target and to attack at the right moment your opponents. Make sure to privilege targets that are slowly reloading, like tank destroyers or autoloaders, etc, etc. And by doing that, I can tell you that if you are smart enough not to go to the middle of the game, well, you should be able to get good games like the one I just had and hopefully get an ace tanker. And the cool thing about what I just said is that it works regardless of the tank you're playing with, because every single tank in this game has its weakness and strength. And obviously, even if some of them have more weaknesses than strength, you can still make something out of them if you play them correctly. So hopefully you will, and I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.